Good evening and welcome to the reorganizational meeting of the Galloway Township Board of Education. If you would please rise for the pledge of allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Conduct roll call. Ms. Avery.
Here.
Mr. Carmen.
Here.
Mrs. Cordero.
Here.
Mr. Days. Mrs. Evanson. Ms. Hallway. Mr. Hubbard.
Here.
Mr. Noor. And Mr. Schweiner.
Here.
Thank you. In accordance with Public Law 231, notice of this meeting was provided to the press, the current, and GTV on January 15, 2013. Notice of this meeting is also provided to the Township Clerk of the Municipal Building on January 15. We'll now have the oath of office for re-election. The next item is the report of the annual school election of November 5th, 2013 at A1. And this is to acknowledge receipt of the certified copies from the County Board of Elections of the school board election held on November 5th, 2013. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Abstentions? The next item is the election of president. This time, I'd like to open nominations for the president of the Board of Education.
I nominate Mr. Hubbard for president. I'll second that.
Are there any other nominations? I have a motion to close. Nomination. Okay. At this time, there is a motion on the floor to appoint Mr. Ernest Hubbard as president of the Board of Education. Conduct a roll call vote. Ms. Avery?
Yes.
Mr. Carmen?
Yes.
Mrs. Cordero?
Yes.
Mr. Days?
Yes.
Mr. Hubbard?
Yes.
Mr. Noor? I'm sorry, Mr. Schweiner.
Yes. I'd like to thank everyone for the reappointment this year, and I look forward to serving with each and every one of you again this upcoming school year. Timothy E. Kelly, may I have my gavel, please? I did. Thank you. Okay, item 8. Can I open the nominations for Vice President of the Board of Education? I did. Is there any nominations for the Vice President of the Board of Education?
I'd like to nominate Suzette Cordero.
Is there a second on that nomination?
I'll second.
Is there any other nominations from the floor? Can I have a motion to close the nominations?
Second.
Thank you. There's a motion on the floor to appoint Suzette Cordero as Vice President of the Board of Education. Can I have a roll call, please?
Mrs. Avery?
Yes.
Mr. Carmen?
Yes.
Mrs. Cordero?
Yes.
Mr. Days? Yes. Mr. Hubbard?
Yes.
And Mr. Schreier?
Yes. Okay, item number 9, appointment of custodian records. I'm going to read through these quickly, so be prepared. Appointment of Timothy Kelly as custodian of records for 2013-2014 school year. Appointment of Bowman and Company as the school auditor for 2013-2014 school year. Appointment of William S. Capuccio as attorney for the Board of Education for the 2013-2014 school year. Appointment of Brown & Brown for the employee benefits consultant of record for the 2013-2014 school year. Appointment of Phrase Hopkins Duluth PC as architect of record for the 2013-2014 school year. Appointment of Dr. Jeffrey Baum as a school physician for the 2013-2014 school year. Motion to designate the Crescent Atlantic City as the official newspaper of this Board of Education. Item number 16, to designate the Crescent Atlantic City, the Current, and GTV for the purpose of publication of board meetings. Item 17, to conduct regular meetings of the Board of Education on the third and fourth Monday of each month, or except as otherwise designated at the Galloway Township Middle School cafeteria at 7 p.m. 18, approve a motion for the uniform minimum charter of accounts for the New Jersey Public Schools for 2013-2014 school year. 19, conduct board/action and regular work meetings of the Galloway Township Board of Education by abiding by the rules and procedures documented in Robert's Rules. Item 20, except as otherwise provided by law or regulation, the fee assessed for the duplication of printed records shall be per policy 3570.00, district school records and reports. Requests for district's records shall be submitted to the records custodian in writing on the appropriate form. Copies may be made at fees not to exceed those set by statute. 21. Adopt all policies and bylaws as set forth in the manual entitled Bylaws of Galloway Township Board of Education, dated September 1978, and subsequent amendments, revisions, and sole policies in existence to direct the operation of the school district. 22. Adopt all asset obligations, contractual agreements of the previous Board of Education as required by law. 23. Ratify all contracts and agreements previously negotiated by the Board of Education in accordance with the provisions stated herein. And I have a motion to approve those items as presented, please.
So moved.
Thank you. Any board discussion? Any public comment? Can I have a roll call?
Mr. Carmen?
Yes.
Mrs. Cordero?
Yes.
Mr. Days?
I must abstain on number 11, and that's for the rest of
Thank you. Mr. Schreier?
Yes.
Mrs. Avery?
Yes.
And Mr. Hubbard?
Yes. Item 24, adoption of the Code of Ethics. Adoption and discussion of the Code of Ethics as approved by the New Jersey School Boards Association are as follows. I will uphold and enforce all laws, state board rules and regulations, and court orders pertaining to schools. Desired changes shall be brought about only through legal and ethical procedures. I will make decisions in terms of educational welfare of the children and strive for public schools which can meet the individual needs of the children regardless of their ability, race, sex, creed, or social standing. I will confine all my board action to policy making, planning, and appraisal, and I will help frame policies and plans only after the board has consulted with those items that will be affected by them. I will carry out my responsibility not to administer the school, but together with my fellow members, see that they are well run. I recognize that the authority rests with the Board of Education, and I will make no personal promises nor take any private action which may compromise this board. I will refuse to surrender my independent judgment to special interests or partisan political groups or the use of schools for personal gain or gain of my friends. I will hold confidential all matters pertaining to the schools which, if disclosed, would needlessly injure the individuals or the schools. But in all other matters, I will provide accurate information and, in concert with my fellow board members, interpret to the staff the aspirations of the community for the schools. I will vote to appoint the best qualified personnel available after consideration of the recommendation of the Chief Administrative Officer. I will support and protect school personnel in the proper performance of their duties. I will refer all complaints to the Chief Administrative Officer and will act on such complaints at public meetings only after failure of an administrative solution. May I have a motion on the Code of Ethics as read?
So moved.
Second.
Thank you. Any discussion? Can I have a roll call, please?
Mr. Days?
Yes.
Mrs. Avery?
Yes.
Mr. Carmen?
Yes.
Mr. Schreiner?
Yes.
Mrs. Cordero?
Yes.
And Mr. Hubble?
Yes. Thank you. Okay, committee appointments for 2014. This evening, I would like to make the following committee appointments. Mr. Noor, you will represent the Board of Education on the Education Foundation. Facilities, Mr. Schreiner, I ask that you chair this along with Dave Harmon and Suzette Cordero. Mr. Noor, I will ask chair of the Finance Committee, I'll ask Mr. Days and Rosemary to serve with him. On Government Liaison, Mr. Days, I will ask you to chair that committee, and on that committee you will have Suzette Cordero and Madeline Avery. Negotiations, Suzette Cordero, I will ask you to chair that committee. I will serve on that committee along with John Noor. The New Jersey School Boards Association and County Association Board, I'm going to ask Suzette Cordero to be our delegate representing the Galloway Township, and Madeline, in her absence, you are the alternate delegate. On the Policy Committee, Mrs. Evanson, I'm asking her to chair it, along with Dave and Rosemary to serve with Beverly. On Technology, Mr. Schlinger, I'm going to ask that you chair that committee with Madeline and Suzette, please. On the Planning Board, the non-voting seat that we have, Mr. Days, I'm going to ask you to represent the Board of Education. And on the Zoning Board, Mr. Carmen, I'm going to ask you to represent the Board of Education. Superintendent's report, please.
Good evening, thank you, President Hubbard. There is just one item this evening, and it is a resolution to accept, modify, or reject the harassment, intimidation, and bullying report presented to the Board of Education on December 16, 2013, for the reporting period from November 14, 2013 through December 11, 2013.
Thank you. Can I have a motion to accept the harassment, intimidation, and bullying report that was presented to this board on the 16th of December 2013 for the reporting period from November 14, 2013 through December 11, 2013, please? Second. Thank you. Any board discussion? Any public comment? May I have a roll call, please?
Mr. Carmen?
Yes.
Mr. Schreiner?
Yes.
Mrs. Avery?
Yes.
Mr. Days?
Yes.
Mrs. Cordero?
Yes.
And Mr. Hubble?
Yes. Okay. Closed session tonight? Bill? No. Annette?
We do not.
Okay.
I do want to point out, President Hubbard, that the next meeting of the board will be January 27th here in the GTMS cafeteria in the second hall.
Thank you. Is there any other business to come before the Board of Education this evening? Seeing none, can I have a motion to adjourn? So moved. All those in favor? Aye. Opposed? Abstained? The ayes have it.